Hey guys, there's going to be a new sequel of Mrs. Doubtfire. I cannot wait. The original one was awesome. Mrs. Doubtfire's sequel in the works 20 years later. Mara, Wilson, Lisa, Jakub are not going to be involved. Jeez. It's been years since I've seen Mrs. Doubtfire. It was a funny movie. Mrs. Doubtfire is checking back in more than 20 years after the release of the original 1983 comedy film starring Robin Williams and Sally Field. Mrs. Doubtfire 2 is in the works. The Hollywood Reporter reported Wednesday, April 16th, that Fox is developing a sequel to the beloved family film. Williams, 62, will reportedly star in the follow-up under the direction of Chris Columbus, who helmed the first 90s movie. Field has yet to comment on the flick. Williams appeared in Mrs. Doubtfire as Daniel Hillard, a single father who is struggling to connect with his children after his divorce from his wife Miranda, Sally Field, in an attempt to become a bigger part of their lives. He dresses as a woman, takes on the identity of Karen, older nanny, Mrs. Doubtfire, in interviews with his ex-wife to take care of the children. Cross-dress and heart-wrecking hijinks ensure as Hillard becomes Mrs. Doubtfire. Former child actress Mara Wilson, who starred in the film as the Hillard's daughter, Natalie, took to Twitter after the news broke to comment on the sequel. For the record, no, I do not have anything to do with the Mrs. Doubtfire sequel, nor will I. She wrote, "I've been in some mediocre movies, but I've never been in a sequel, and I have no interest in being in one now." She went on to express her skepticism in the movie itself. Continuing, "Sequels generally suck unless they were planned as part of a trilogy or series. I think Doubtfire ended where it needed to end. I'm glad I had the chance to be in it, and I'm proud of what we did, but I don't see how we could do it again." Wilson, who added that she hasn't been asked to appear in the film, said that she doesn't think a sequel makes sense plot-wise, but added, "I loved being in Doubtfire, and I'm grateful every day that I have the experience." Self-proclaimed retired actor Lisa Jakub, who played the couple's eldest daughter, Lita Hillard, gave her 2 cents in the sequel as well. "Ryan, it's news to me. No one has asked, and I don't know how I would feel about it. Hard to comment without any information." Mrs. Doubtfire 2, which is currently without a release date, is being penned by Elf scribe David Burnham. The original 1993 film made $2,019 million at the domestic box office and won the Academy Award for Best Makeup and the Golden Globe Awards for Best Comedy or Musical and Best Actor for Robin Williams. It sucks that Robin Williams is not going to play Mrs. Doubtfire because he was hilarious as Mrs. Doubtfire. He could actually be my new nanny. So, we have a new Goonies and new Mrs. Doubtfire. Bye, guys.